What's up, Steeler Nation? We are the Observers, Smo, Grant, and Chris. We got a full house for game week.
Go Smoke.
I'll see how long we can make it happen. It's game week, man. Can you believe it? Does it feel like it's game week?
It doesn't.
I think
It's a
right.
short week, thank goodness.
I think it's the extra
But
week off between the preseason. I mean, you have to you get that whole 10 to 13 days of nothing, and then you got to ramp back up. I think when tomorrow's game kicks off, I'll start to looking forward to it.
I'm not nearly as hyped. I don't know. I'm apprehensive. I think
That's what
that's the
happens when
word
you
for me
lose
right
every
now.
preseason game.
Offenses look, well, other than the first drive of the last preseason game, I mean, we looked solid there. But outside of that, I mean, there just hasn't been any hype around us. It's been all negativity, hearing how much we spend on defense and all this stuff. So I don't know. And we're going back to Atlanta. I would love to go for week one, but I think I'm not allowed in the city of Atlanta after 2 years ago. So, hey, Grant, you there?
And Grant's not allowed back in Atlanta.
Grant's frozen.
No, I'm here. I was letting you guys get it out. I'm excited. I think we'll be better than I always think we'll be better than people expect us to. Um, so yeah, I'm ready to get it kicked off. Um, last week, the last episode, we got to take a step back. The way
Let's
you
hear it.
guys represented me, I was listening to the episode on the plane. I never said the sky was falling. I never said that I was in some panic. I just said how bad we looked, and we did. Now I know it's preseason, but don't go looking for text
We're
messages.
getting receipts here.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Receipts.
We're gonna start digging.
I need to include a screenshot on the capture.
They looked bad, dude, but we'll come around to it. It's just preseason.
All right.
So I think, yeah, for today's show, we're going to do our schedule picks for the game by game, put them down on the spreadsheet, see who gets the best record again, and then a couple predictions, and then get it going.
Get it
We're gonna
going. We're
do
starting. We're starting with the schedule, aren't we?
schedule.
Yep.
I like it. Let's go.
We need to share it up.
All right, Chris, you want to go first again?
You already know what I'm gonna say.
17-0, 85,000 to 1.
Oh,
Can
we
you
even
guys see
got
it?
how you even got how we can watch it.
Yeah, man.
Shit, Grant, you're up first.
I can go first. Okay.
Week one at it for those not watching on YouTube. Week one at Atlanta, 1 o'clock kickoff.
On Fox.
Loss.
What?
Yep.
Fuck Kirk Cousins. Dub.
I'm a little uneasy about it myself. I'm gonna say loss too.
Y'all are crazy. And the reason being is we haven't seen our defense play together in the preseason with Minka flying around. Peyton Wilson's going to be out there. Maybe Herbig's going to, I mean, he's going to tear Kirk Cousins' head off. I feel like, because Kirk hasn't had any like real snaps outside of practice. And I just feel like the pass rush is going to get home. And I think Najee balled out when he was there last time, or at least he cracked some kid's skull, bounced him off the turf. I think we're gonna have a good game. I think we're getting a dub. And then George Pickens too.
I wouldn't be surprised either way. I just think we got some kinks to work out, and the offensive line scares me. Say
Start slow.
Dan Moore's back in there. They got Broderick playing a position that's not his, a rookie center. I think it's going to take some time for those guys to get moving.
All right.
Denver loss. I don't think we ever play well there. Across the country, I think Bo Nix will play well. Yeah, I think we'll start slow.
Bo Nix.
I can't wait to hear this show if we
Dude.
He won't be here.
I won't be here. You're right.
Yeah, he won't even be here.
You will see. You won't have to worry about that.
Dub. Miss me with that Bo Nix BS.
Yeah, I can't see Russ losing there.
Nah.
Los
Um,
Angeles, week 3.
I think we'll win. I think we'll win our first home game. I'll take
That's the
I'll take it.
Chargers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh, Herbert. I think we win there.
See, I can't do this to myself because you know what I'm about to do, and I'm about to put myself in a dangerous position.
Heading towards 17-0.
Damn it. It's hard to pick against us, honestly.
Oh my
It really
God.
is.
I don't know what you watch. I don't know what games you watch. I think you just look off. You act like everyone's gonna play at 100% perfect every time. We don't do that.
I'm sorry I believe in our guys. I have the strongest belief in this team.
It's more of a
But
delusion.
but
But
I would say I always this is one of those where we don't see them often. They're coming home. We could be riding high 2-0 because we're going to smack Atlanta. We're going to go get Denver. We're going to get revenge for Russ
Hey,
and
it's
make
just win or loss, bro.
it's a loss.
We got a lot to talk about
It's a
today.
loss.
I'm going
Wow,
W.
loss? You're nuts.
Shut up.
I really think Pickens can ball out. Russ gonna get him. Herbie gonna smack him. Watt gonna get him.
Oh, get
Loss in
Chris.
Indianapolis.
Oh no, we're gonna get our lick back. We're gonna beat Indianapolis.
Yeah. Dallas.
Win against Dallas Sunday Night Football.
Dub. I'm gonna be out in the middle of Dallas, just having a hell of
Loss.
a time.
I'd go
What?
home for that one.
Wow, that's crazy. I really want to go to this game.
What's a win there? Win at Vegas.
Yeah, Dub. Their quarterback situation is terrible, and they
Yeah,
keep trying to say Max Crosby is as good as TJ Watt. Shut up.
Is this Jets or Giants?
that's a good question. First one is the Jets Sunday night.
Loss.
Yeah, go ahead and put us down for a loss there, just because I'm trying to be reasonable to myself.
If you don't mean it, don't say it.
You know, I'll pick.
What'd you say, Grant?
I
I
said
said loss.
I said loss as well.
Sunday night to the Jets.
Brees Hall.
I don't think we're gonna lose both Sunday night games.
Oh, we're definitely not gonna lose. Oh, that's a Monday night game. Giants.
See, now is when I think we'll start gelling. I like a win here.
Dub.
Yeah. All right, so
Uh,
going into the bye week, Grant's got us 4-4. Chris and I are 6-2 with just different ways of getting there.
I got us win here. We'll be in
At
the house.
Washington.
Yeah, we'll be there. That's you already know what it
Observers
is.
boost.
I hope that stadium doesn't fall apart while we're in it.
Baltimore at home.
Win.
Lamar can't beat us, but I think at some point something's got to give. Put us down for a loss.
Yeah. At
Um,
Cleveland, Thursday
on
night.
on Prime Video. I'll take a win here.
Win.
Got a win too. At Cincy,
Loss.
Win.
I got a loss. At home against Cleveland.
Loss.
Weird game. Loss.
Um, home against Cleveland. I got them beating Cleveland. Yeah. Let me go dub.
I'll take a win here.
At Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Loss.
Yeah, going loss. At Baltimore.
Loss.
Win. I may come home for that one. Well, come to Maryland for that one. Be close to home.
I'm going loss at Baltimore. Oh, I got us 0-2 against the Ravens. Kansas City on Christmas Day.
Win, baby. We're a Christmas team.
Yeah, I definitely text an ex-girlfriend Merry Christmas after Antonio Brown reached the ball over the goal line a couple years ago. So win.
Short time
Going
hasn't just
loss.
anything, but go ahead.
At home against Cincy at finale.
Loss.
Win.
I'm going to win.
I don't believe in
1,
Cincinnati.
2, 3,
I got
4,
him sweeping us.
5, 6, 7, 8. So Grant's got us 9 and 8. I assume missing the playoffs. Chris 1, 2, 3, 4, 12 and 5.
Hey, I think it's better than last year.
10 and 7. I got us. All right. So the
I hope you guys are right.
winning season continues.
I hope not. If we're not.
Yeah, my biggest fear has always been that I feel like we can go 9 and 8 or 10 and 7, but be a better team than last year. Like last year's team was pretty bad offensively. They were lucky to get in the playoffs. They got some help. They got competent quarterback play out of Mason at the end and like limped our way in the playoffs while facing like a bunch of backup quarterbacks. Whereas I feel like we could be a better team this year, but just like that schedule's a gauntlet. You know,
there could be a lot of backup quarterbacks.
Could. I'm just not going to bank on that.
Too.
I'm not going to bank on it.
I know, but it doesn't. We don't really beat them.
Yeah, the chances of Joe Burrow being there by the time we play them.
Okay, so there's a schedule. We have a couple predictions. Starting with someone wants to do who we think will be the team MVP.
That's a real good question.
I didn't even know they did this.
They hand out those end of year
our
awards.
MVP or theirs?
Ours.
No, I mean like who's
gonna be the best player this year?
Najee.
Like if you've got to score
eyes or the Steelers' eyes, like the team votes it, right?
Yeah, I mean team votes it, but like who do you think that's gonna be? Like who do you think is gonna like have the most productive season?
TJ.
Probably if he stays healthy. I would say not named TJ.
Najee.
I think Queen will be good.
Queen.
I think Porter will take another step. I hope. It'll be on defense.
Yeah, I think I'd maybe go. It'd be nice if it was Minka. I think if Minka's the MVP, like we've had a good year.
He's got to stay healthy.
So I'm a hope for that. Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year.
You got Fautanu. You got Peyton Wilson, Roman Wilson.
Frazier, baby.
Frazier.
For Flash Peyton Wilson. For
stability. It's rookie of the year.
Right. It's hold on a second. Can I finish? But for just like steady Eddie stability, it would be Zach Frazier.
So who is
it? But I think that when it comes to like, whoa, wow, did you see that? I think Peyton Wilson will stand out the most.
I don't think you'll see him as much as you think.
Will Fautanu get in and dominate?
Dominate? That I don't know, but I just think that Frazier will just be so like steady and solid.
I hope we never even hear his name once.
Yeah.
Yeah. Other than him,
the first bad snap that Mason Cole snaps. Oh my Christ, dude! Good Lord!
I don't think Peyton will play much.
At least he's gonna play certain situations.
Beginning, special teams.
He's gonna make plays.
He'll be a cover guy in packages.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably Frazier.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest surprise.
I think Russ will play better than people think he will.
I like that. Yeah, I mean,
I don't see why. I don't want to get into this because I'll just go off, but I just don't see. As long as we could protect him, like he can't be for his life every time. But I think, proper play calling and protection, I
Dude,
think
that
he's more than capable.
that pass to Pickens in the last preseason game that I shared is like the simplest thing that Russ will bring that we just haven't had in the playbook. A quarterback who like sits in a pocket, so he scanned the entire 3rd and 11, scanned the entire field, didn't dump it into the flat for 5 yards on 3rd and 11, scanned the entire field, didn't bail out into a sack, and like hit Pickens streaking from one side to the other for like a 20-some yard gain. Like I think
Yeah.
well, like we got a taste last year of like competent quarterback play out of Rudolph, of someone who like Rudolph's been in the league for a long time. He's like, I know where the ball's supposed to go. I'm gonna sit in this pocket and just throw it around. Like I don't think Russ is gonna do that. He's a professional quarterback.
Yeah. Didn't he have 26 touchdown passes last year?
Like 22,
And
maybe something like that.
the
I
last
think
two
he had better
years,
stats than Hurts.
last year or last 2 years, we've had 25 passing touchdowns. So yeah, I'd say Russ comes in, plays a lot better than what everybody expects. Mark Schlereth, we talked about him. It may have been the last episode,
Yeah.
but I went over to SteelersObserver.com and I see this article pop up that he believes Russell Wilson is playing himself out of the Hall of Fame and expects failure in Pittsburgh. I've never just
My
heard
man is
such a
out for
hater
Russ.
before. I he
Me
would
too.
yo he would call him a hard R if like in if he saw him face to face. I swear.
I think I think there. So just in terms of like surprise, like I won't be like me personally. I won't be surprised if Russ plays well. I think like the biggest surprise, and they can record this and we play it back at the end of the year, is just like production from a secondary receiver. I think like
You'll
it's
be
a
surprised with
concern.
that.
Well, just like everyone's like, oh, we
Well,
don't
we're
have
not
number.
at concerns because that's my
But yeah,
concern.
well, I mean, just like yeah, the biggest surprise. I think by the end of the year, you're going to see a steady dose of tight ends, a mix of tight ends, a mix of 2, 3, 4 wide receivers that equate to like having a strong number two. I think it's going to be a big surprise.
I don't
Calvin
think that
Austin.
works.
By committee, I mean
What other team?
Russ and Tyler Lockett had a pretty good connection.
They didn't win shit.
How often do you think they're going to be throwing the ball, dude? Like what
A
room do
lot.
they have for a guy like Ayuk or a second
Because
receiver
I
like
don't
that?
think the line's going to be shit.
They're going to the whole offense is built on running the ball and play action. You
Well,
bet the whole team is built on having 2 running backs. So like you better hope the line does something because like telling you now, we're going to run the ball.
I've seen
We're going to
nothing
run
that
the ball.
makes me think they can do anything.
Well,
We
No,
say
we'll
that every
prolong the
year, but
year.
then we end up finishing like a top 10
yeah,
run team in the league.
yeah,
Like we say that every year.
right.
So, and we got
But
better at
but
center.
now we don't even know these guys.
We'll see. Scheme can go a long
Our
way too.
best fucking player, who was supposed to be we moved up to get, played like the biggest d bag I've ever. I mean, I can't.
The
He
way
played like such a bitch
he got
in that
bullied.
game. I could have scored. I could have got him. I swear to God, I could have pushed
He
him
played
down.
better the next game.
It
Well,
was
my biggest disappointment was that. Well, Chris, did you give a surprise?
did I? I think I agreed with Russ
Okay.
playing well.
Biggest disappointment, I think, will be the line. I think we got so amped up for like getting Broderick. We had Broderick coming back. He was going to replace Dan Moore, Frazier, Siamalu. Now he's hurt, and our rookie, and now he's hurt. And then I think that they could possibly come crashing down.
Yeah.
I've really, and I don't think that's a big. I don't have a lot of confidence in saying that, but if I'm picking one,
Yeah.
I do think they will get it. Because they usually do, like you said, we think this every year, but somehow they turn it around and get it going. But if I had to pick one, like that's what I've seen. That's what I haven't seen yet is a good line. You guys still here?
Smo, what
Yeah.
say you? What do you think?
Um I think a disappointment will be the D line production. I think
because of Cam.
I think Benton is an up and comer, solid guy. I think a lot of our hope is on an old guy. Love Cam. I love that they restructured his deal in a way that like frees up cap space and there's no more guaranteed money. Like he could be gone still after next year if he doesn't perform. But like we're banking on what is he, 35, 36, coming off an injury. Ogunjobi, who's injured every other week. And like if they're
TJ
healthy, those
is
guys
once
are
a year.
decent. But beyond them, there's nothing. Like the second either one of those gets hurt, we're back to playing like Loudermilk
Ugh.
and Dean Lowry and like
But we
Mon
out.
Adams hustles and does his thing, but like they're thin at that position. And I feel like people think it's a strength because Cam's healthy and like Ogunjobi's gonna get hurt first game like he always does. He's not gonna practice all year. I just think like there's a lot put into that D line, and it's probably gonna disappoint.
Man,
That's not
this is getting to be a downer
Well, listen, we're gonna do disappointment, then concern, and we'll finish with the most
all
confidence.
right. Well,
because I'm
the
feeling
biggest.
sad now. I got really
You're the one that has us nine
You're
and eight.
sad. I haven't even gone yet because to me, the biggest disappointment outside of me living up to my father's expectations, I'm going to say maybe Roman Wilson staying healthy. It's almost like he got hurt on a jet sweep. So I'm just hoping he doesn't, he's not like frail for the league and gets
He's not
banged up,
frail.
especially. Well, I'm hoping that.
I can't wait to see him play. He's one of my biggest excitements.
Well, I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong there.
We'll
But
see.
Roman, stay healthy, bro. Contribute. But Dad, I'm sorry. I'm trying.
Biggest
Wanna make
disappointment
you
is
proud.
how the Steelers treat families and the weight room
Yeah, right.
in the stadium. Okay.
Biggest
Biggest
concern.
concern. Wide receivers, dude. They are so thin. It was painful. It was the first preseason game where when Russ had time with our starters in and Fields had time, they could not throw the ball. Nobody was open. And I'm like, how? And then I was like, these guys stink. The people are going to take Pickens out of the game. He's going to take himself out of the game. And we're going to be stuck with Van Jefferson and Van Morrison.
I think that
That's my biggest concern.
my biggest concern, I would take it back to the line and Russ having time to throw the ball because Smo was talking about it on the last episode, which you weren't present for, where we weren't running
So I was
like
traveling for work.
we weren't running concepts that we're gonna run in the regular season. So we're going to see some more things. We're going to see all of our guys on the field at the same time, and we're going to see some folks running free. Like I'm telling
Well,
you,
how do you know that?
Scotty Miller is a speedster. Calvin Austin is also a speedster. Someone's going to be able to take the top off of a defense, and then you're going to have Freiermuth somewhere in there getting lost. And
Why didn't
because
they
you know
have that?
everybody's going
Why
to
didn't
have
they have that in the game?
in the preseason
Yeah.
because maybe, man. I got to be honest with you. You don't show everything that you can do.
Go
right?
routes?
You don't show anything.
Yeah. I think that we're going to come out and I think that we are going to be very competitive in Atlanta. It's going to be a home game like last
Maybe not
time.
game one.
What's that?
Maybe not opening day.
We'll see.
It ought to
I see
be.
people selling their tickets. All right. Well, that's my concern. Receivers.
So receivers, my biggest
Yeah.
concern is the secondary.
Mm.
I feel like we've got it's a passing league. I've already noted that the D line might be a bit of a disappointment. So obviously a lot of our pass rush comes from the linebackers, but like it helps when the D line can do a little something and occupy blocks. But like when you look at Burrow and Mahomes and AJ Brown and Philly, they got CD Lamb coming to town. They got Garrett Wilson. We got to do Devontae Adams again. Like Joey
Yeah,
Porter,
but if
Porter Jr., love him. Dante Jackson, I'm anticipating him being a step above what we had in the other slot last year.
Levi.
But like beyond that, dude, you've got if JPJ gets hurt, even if either one of them gets hurt, you're playing Darius Rush or Corey Trice, a seventh rounder coming off an injury. Darius Rush, like a fourth or fifth rounder that was cut by two teams. I mean, I get you guys love the dude at slot, but like if he's starting at slot cornerback and I'm Kirk Cousins, veteran QB, week one, just like when Brady would pick guys apart, like I'm matching up Drake London or someone on an undrafted rookie at
Oh, you
slot. And
mean
like
you mean Beanie?
Beanie, yeah, I just think we are
Yeah.
incredibly thin at the cornerback position, and it's a passing league. I think we're going to struggle at times.
There is going to be a lot of pressure there. Trice, though, there's a lot of hype around him, especially his bounce back from injury. He's been pretty solid with what he's been able to show in preseason. And we've always liked Darius Rush. Like we were actually excited to get him. And I remember that first game he
I
played
don't know
for
who
us
that
last
is.
year. He had a pick
Fuck's
in his
Darius
hands.
Rush.
He had a pick in his hands. First game, dropped it, but he
Oh,
was,
he's
he
great.
was in a spot.
Can't wait for him.
Hey, defensive backs, there's a reason why
He
they're
had
not
a
wide
pick in
receivers.
his hand.
That's a
Dropped
hey,
it.
but the
Still
guy
counted though. What counted
time
as a
out,
pick?
time out. Whenever you're playing defensive back, as long as the other team isn't catching the ball, you know what I mean? He was in position, so that's great. That's a great sign. You know, you can work on the skills, the ball skills, and all that stuff, but being in position is a big deal. So don't mind that, but I see that. I'm more so worried about Joey Porter Jr. and getting his hands off of people because
That's your biggest
CD.
concern?
Yes, because I've been telling y'all the whole time he's too handsy, he gets too many
Physical,
penalties.
dude.
Physical, but you can also run a
You're
route
such a
for a
hater of his.
receiver. I'm not a hater of his. That is
You're what you
actually
think
Because
we
he
are
wears
at
glasses,
that
nausea.
is
isn't it?
that is actually being
Right.
realistic because he actually gets the penalties and he's actually
You're actually frozen.
You're actually frozen. Thank God. He treats him like he
his
talks
hands
to
on
people
people.
who treat we treat nausea.
Nice sentence, bro. Anyway,
Yeah, nice internet. Frozen. We didn't hear half the shit you said. I can't believe that's your concern.
him getting a lot of penalties, him having to cover like a CD. Yeah,
He did all that. Wasn't Smell pull his stats last year?
They were good. I don't need to pull him. He's good. He's my concern with the DBs are what's after him and beyond. Not so much.
I have
him.
a side concern, and it's injuries.
We always get hurt. Who's getting hurt
Dude.
this year, dude? Who's getting hurt week one?
God,
oh,
We
not
never-
TJ.
we never can just stay. We lost every linebacker last year. Every one of them.
Or Quan.
Just please be healthy.
All right, most confidence.
You're going to be shocked at my answer here. I want this. This is recorded. I want this on record. My most confidence is in Mike Tomlin. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think
Whoa.
he will keep it together like he always does. And I think that with a veteran quarterback and some injury luck, keeping it together and just get us in. I think if we got in with this team, you know, I feel better, like you said, about having Russ or a better quarterback than I did last year. So I'm most confident that he will do that because he always does that. So
Honestly,
Mike
last year
Tomlin.
Rudolph played well. If they had TJ Watt in that game, I think it's an entirely different game. That playoff game last year.
I forgot he didn't play in that
Yeah.
because his knee went in half for no reason.
Old
Baltimore.
Montravius.
All right. Most confidence.
Dude, it's the linebacking crew. I think Herbig, Watt, Highsmith, Queen, E-Rob, Wilson. Throw in Holcomb when he gets back. Throw in a couple snaps that Mark Rob's going to play on special. I think they're just going to wreak havoc all year. I think they're going to be flying all around the ball. We have not had a group, especially on the inside linebacking crew, that's able to cover, that's able to get after some things. Like, I think you're going to see Queen blitzing a lot. I think they're going to be active. They're speedy. They're active. E-Rob can put it on someone when he's in there stopping the run. Like, I just think they're going to be cornerstone of the D this year.
Okay.
Najee, getting to 1,000 again.
Only 17 games. He better get to 1,000. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, they're discrediting all that because how about the extra games? The one year he had like
That's
1,007.
59 yards a game.
That's terrible.
Yeah, but out of how many running backs in the league have done it, like with those extra games, he's still like one of the few that does it. So something to be said for it.
He better put up like I'm confident too that he's going to hit 1,000 yards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Najee's gonna be good. He's gonna have a good year. He's gonna be
Okay, if he
hungry.
has a good year, we just re-sign him.
I would love to, but it just seems like we aren't going to. It seems like we'll find somebody else and let him, go get his money. Unfortunately, but that's kind of what it seems like is going to happen.
I still can't believe we didn't
Why?
tender
Colin
him
and
the fifth
Tomlin don't
year.
like him?
Tom, I believe that he has been an excellent representative for us. Like when he would go to Mexico and just anything he did, he was just always repping the Steelers. But no, he and Tomlin had a pretty good relationship. I mean, that was pretty public too. So yeah, I don't know what it is. Not sure, but I don't
I
know. Just
mean,
doesn't seem like it.
they need out of him, like just for comparison's sake, like those years that Derrick Henry went off in Arthur Smith's offense. But even looking like the last 2 years at Tennessee, like at age 28 and 29, Derrick Henry was 1,500 yards and 13 touchdowns, 1,112. Like they need a solid 1,200
14,
yards out of
15,
Henry
yeah.
and like a dozen touchdowns at least.
Hmm.
Like come late in the year when they've got all those AFC North games, like they need to be offensive line needs to be ready to go. And he needs like 80 to 90 yards and 2 touchdowns a game.
That's actually a
Yeah.
good thing that those games are that late because that's when our line does pick it up and then we end up running the ball well. It's happened the last couple of years.
That
So
second half is going to be something, dude. Hopefully we're not 0-5 to start the season so Grant sticks around because that's going to be
he won't.
Yeah.
He'll quit.
that second half schedule, man.
We
is
won't
gonna
even get
be-
those tickets to that Commanders game.
No, I got your tickets.
Are
He
you going
just
to go
wants-
with us though?
Well, there's always the single that somebody has to take.
I'm gonna brave that one.
Um,
We'll might be bailing you out after the game.
Hey, I don't do anything. I'm just there, and then
You don't
just
do
like-
anything. Do you remember being in your body at Vegas?
this is for a whole nother episode, even like an after dark episode.
Or
Um,
were you still out the night before?
Steelers predictions for Sunday. Final predictions. I'll go first. I got Atlanta 24, Steelers 17.
I do the opposite. I'd say we win 24-17.
Yeah, I was thinking something like losing 24-20, something like that.
Gross.
I think it'll be
yes.
close. I think
Yeah,
we're
like
there.
24-20.
Huh?
24-20 is good.
Yeah. Like I think we're gonna move the ball. I think we're gonna put up I think offense is gonna look fine. For the most part, but there's gonna be some jitters.
You remember last time we were there and Pickens didn't really get to do anything?
Yeah.
Man, he was
I think
pissed.
that
Cried like a baby.
I think that Pickens is going to have a day.
He doesn't get to say that, though.
He doesn't get to have a say in that, but I feel like Pickens is going to have a day.
Yeah, he better, because if not,
Scotty Miller
no
is
one's
gonna have
having
a day.
Shoot, there's Fryermuth, then there's still
Shoot.
Hayward.
Primer whiffing on blocks.
Well,
He ain't in there.
He
He
may
ain't in
not.
there
He
to
may not
block.
have to be
Yeah.
in there to block. We have Darnell Washington in there.
Yeah, we
And
use
that
him
other
great.
dude.
All right.
Grant, we did. It was Matt Canada that didn't use Darnell Great. Matt Canada's gone. I have a
Well-
feeling. I just have a feeling that we're all going to be pleasantly. I'm hoping we're pleasantly surprised.
And if we're not,
Then we get the pitchforks out. You already know, or we won't even see you on the next episode. Fuck.
yeah, this is
At least come. And you need to at least
Say to
like.
the
at
audience,
least-
we're game, but we're
Like, we need to
game,
set a
game by
rule for
game,
this.
so I may see you. I'll see you at the next
Hold-
win at least.
Hold on. If we
But we're
lose
not winning right
one,
now.
if we lose one, you got to come back and at least be able to bitch about that.
No,
But if it goes like,
nobody wants to
if we
hear
go
that.
like on a losing streak, then okay,
Nobody
then
wants to hear that.
then yeah, go ahead and hide your head in the sand, you fucking ostrich.
Nobody wants to hear that. All right. Well,
He just
maybe
called you a
see
fucking
next week.
ostrich, dude. You're just gonna let that hang?
He took it.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, y'all. Observers out.